how I use videos in my teaching. And so the first thing that I use is very often I create short clips or long clips of my lectures. So all I do is I press, in this case, this is a special app which I am very happy to share with you in one of the interactive sessions later on. This app allows me to record and write on the screen. So, for example, I want to demonstrate to students in class. I have to say, I was challenged by two colleagues last night. They said, we want to see whether you can incorporate a Guinness in your talk today. So yes, I can do that. So here is the first approach. Either a full lecture capture with this application, and this application is actually called Vittel. It's a paid application, but it allows me to capture lecture, and it allows me to write on screen. I usually don't have any PowerPoint slides, because what I teach is a lot of mathematically based skills for predominantly first-year students. So in this case, I would, for example, challenge the students. Okay, we've got a pint of Guinness. How much is a pint in milliliters?
568.
568 milliliters. Excellent. 568 milliliters. Right? What's the alcohol content of a Guinness? 4.3% volume. Volume per volume, right? Now here, I would already see some blank faces, because you've got it's not because of the Guinness, but it's probably because of the volume over volume. What the heck is that? So in the lecture, I could expand on that. And now my question is, how much volume pure alcohol do you have in a pint? Go on your calculators. Yes, you're absolutely right. 24.44 milliliters. Yes? So you see, I can do a lecture capture, and while I'm speaking, my voice is recorded and the writing is recorded. And the idea is really, afterwards, Frank said he wants to get the PowerPoint slides. I don't have a PowerPoint slide. But I will upload this stuff onto YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel. So if you see what I'm doing, shameless plug, PK11 Kent. So my lectures that I record in that way are saved and then straight uploaded onto YouTube. Students get the links, say, here are your lecture recordings. Works beautifully. Students are very happy with that. And they say, well, if I miss a lecture, not a big deal. What happens in terms of attendance? Well, they still come to my lecture. I don't know why, but they told me that they really like the entertainment that I provide. Okay, fine. Good, I'm an edutainer then. I can live with that. Not a big problem. As long as they get excited about it, and as long as, they see something that is related to their everyday life. And oh boy, is that related to their everyday life, Okay, so this is lecture recording. The other approach that I take is, well, wouldn't it be great if I could give feedback through videos? Feedback to assessments, formative and summative assessments. Because I hate writing. And especially, if you have page over page of calculations that the students do in an assessment, and then you see at the end it's completely wrong. And you have to go through where did the student go wrong. And you have to do that for, say, 220 students. To be perfectly honest, my life is too short for that. So I thought, why don't I just simply give them generic feedback and say, right, here is the model answer. I show you how you actually do that, how you address this question. So how would that look like? I need to quickly stop. At one point, when I had a smaller group, I think it was 25 students or so, I did a video for every single student, which was no longer than 5 minutes. And I addressed the student and said, John, I'm very happy with the way you have addressed the first question. Second question, you didn't do too well, so I show you how it's done. With small number of students, it's possible. With more than, I would say, 50 students, no, don't do it. You just simply produce this generic feedback that you then can pass on to the students. Once it's done, it's done. Sorted. No problem. Does that make sense? It's a very easy technique. And I have to say, I consider myself as an extremely lazy person. So whatever I do has to make my life easier. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Right, so this is lecture capture. This is feedback for students. This is basically the QR code, which occasionally I show these things in lectures when I want students to get involved. A short clip how to do a certain task. I present a QR code. This is the QR code actually to the video that I just showed you with the dimensional analysis. So if we do exercises in class, and again, I was very interested to see the flipped classroom approach. If a student hasn't looked at the material or finds it difficult, here's a QR code. Look very quickly at a video tutorial that I've prepared for you. And they can do that in class. All mayhem breaks loose, but it's good fun. I don't have to talk. They are just sitting there and, oh, cool, yeah, now we can do that. So that's quite useful. Now, very often we have the problem, and John pointed out yesterday, that students very often, or sometimes I should say, are not bothered with watching videos. And the question is, how do you make sure, actually, that your students do the work? You can look at YouTube and you see, for example, that you have 150 views, but you don't know who watched it, actually. So I was thinking, is there a way that I can get some information about the students when they watch the videos? How do I find out? Have they done it? And I came across something that's absolutely fantastic. I want to point out, I do not have shares in these companies. I so would like to have some shares in Apple, but unfortunately, I can't afford it. So this thing that I came across is called Saption. Absolutely fantastic service. It will set you back for the pro version about 70 quid a year. It's a subscription service, but it is money well spent, I can assure you. Together with our colleagues from the University for the Creative Arts, UCA, and one of my colleagues is specialized in computer animations. So he runs a first-year course, computer animations. And we have a joint project. I give the students, first-year students, a biological brief. I say to them, Here's something about influenza, about malaria, about the life cycle of a mushroom. Now, I want you to convert this topic, scientifically accurate, for a specific audience that you can choose, into a video that I can use for my teaching. It's a win-win situation for everybody. And what they do is just absolutely amazing stuff. I want to show you one of these videos that I have to say this was not created by a first-year student. This was created by a final-year student just shortly after they graduated. So, that's basically what I want to talk to you about these different videos and the different purposes that you can use them for. And we can, of course, we can talk a little bit about the video design later on, if you like. If you do have any questions, drop me a line. My email is that. You can follow my channel on YouTube. I think it's about 150 videos or so on that. And you can also find me on Twitter. And thank you very much for listening. And if you've got any questions, just grab me. Thank you.